here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Who? Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. Hello. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hey? Good boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Right, here we go. Welcome on in, guys and girls. Happy Friday, happy Saturday, depending on where you are. Had an early start this morning. Went out and played a little bit of soccer and did some exercise, and I'm feeling good. Where the weed at? Rage, what's going on? Terry's here as well. Guys, we are going to show you the easiest way to remove studs from a body in literally 10 seconds. Using nothing but a screwdriver and a screw. We've got to take those studs out. So let's get on to it. How are you guys? How are you doing, Rage? How did you feel? Did you fill your belly, Rage? Are you feeling better? Have you recovered from your big Thanksgiving turkey fest? Huh. Right, let's get to the bench, straight into it. A hammer. Yes, a hammer's always good, but not always easier. This is the easiest way. You grab yourself a flat head screw, not a dome, a flat head screw. You obviously need it to be shorter than the depth of the hole that the stud is in. You throw the screw head down and you sit it in there, and you literally put the threaded post back in and screw it down against the screw. That screw will push it at the bottom and lift. So we screw that in until it touches the screw and it tightens, and then we keep going and it'll lift the stud out of the hole. And you can see, there it is. That stud's up. It's up high enough now to pull out with these little nippers here. I'm just going to grab it from the edge. Just give that a light little pull. And it should just pop out. Come on. Be-deep, be-deep, be-deep. Get in there, get in there. Come on. Got it. Easy. There it is. That's how we get them out, guys and girls. That's how we get them out. Now, I don't need to pull these out. I'm going to use a little piece of wood. I've got a little bit of Mary here, a tiny piece of, say, 1/4 inch cedar. I'm going to cut a little routed template the same size as that hole. I'm going to place that over the top and run the router over it. And that way, we're going to control the shape. It's a little template we're going to make to cut that out quickly, and it's worth doing so we can keep it for next time if we ever need to do one of these again. But that was quite easy. Do you like that, Terry? Nice and simple, right? Nice and simple. So what we're going to do is, first things first, we're going to measure this guy. This is 17 millimeters wide. We're going to take the width of the whole thing, 17 mil. So we're going to measure a groove 17 mil across here. So let's get to the bench, move this safely away, make some room right here. Let's grab our little rule. Let's grab our little pencil. Let's get cracking with this guy. We'll get a center line down here, make a little template. It shouldn't take us long. Okay, there's our center line there. We need to get this guy, give it a length of 86 millimeters. 86 millimeters. So 86 makes it 43 each side. So let's measure the length of this guy. I'll center it so it looks nice and neat. It doesn't need to be centered, but I thought centering it is probably a good idea. Actually, we've got that stud in the way. I don't want to have to, I might have to push that out. That's okay, we'll center it. Let's measure this length. That's 184, so that's 92. And we go 43 either side. Millimeters, I'm speaking now. 1, 2, 3, 43. 43. Measure that again. 86. 86. Yep, good enough. Good enough. I think we might go a little bit more. Let's go 80. Let's go 90. Because you need a little bit of play just to make sure that the edges do fit down that shaft if you have to go below the surface. Let's go 90. Okay, that's where we want it. So, it's a 17 mil diameter. I do have a 17 mil drill tip. I've got a 14. I'm going to have to grab I think I've got a 15, yes, in my, what do you call it? Forstners, they might have the right size. I'll go a little bit bigger if I have to. It doesn't really bother me. A millimeter either side doesn't matter. Or a millimeter over doesn't matter. Under it will matter because it'll be too tight. Let's have a look who's here. Who else is here? Karen Day, what is going on? Howdy doody, welcome to the show. These are not the holes you're looking for. Hello, fun people. Trauma Train Rich, what's going on? Karen, what are you up to? Are you well? Excellent. So what we did today was we showed you how to, for those that missed it, we removed a stud. What did I do with it? Here it is, this guy here. We removed both these studs. Now there's a couple of screws stuck in there because they did push into, I've got to pick them out when I drill this out. So these studs were obviously fixed in there. The way you get them out when they're flush to the body is you throw a flathead screw head down, you put the post back in and you screw it up against, so the butt of this will touch the screw head or the screw tip, and what it'll do is it'll actually push down and lift this up at the same time, and that's the quickest way and the cleanest way to get these out. What it does do though is the head has actually bitten into the bottom of that hole. So we need to get in there to get that out because it's not just going to fall out. I can sort of stuff around with it, loosen it up. There we go. If I do that with a little thing and then get a magnetic tip, it should come out. If it hasn't buried itself too deep. It's moving, it's wobbling, so we know it's loose. Tends to bite a little bit. There we go, we'll get it out eventually. The head's caught in the bottom of that hole. But that's okay. We can do that once we route and once we drill down. We're only going to go down another maybe 4 or 5 millimeters maximum. And then we've got enough scope to lower and lower that bridge a little bit later. So we need a 17 millimeter channel through there, the width of that. So we need a 17 millimeter diameter drill. Now, what is that guy fits pretty well. Let me just check this guy. Stick that in there. Okay, the bridge is just slightly wider. Yeah, that's going to fit nicely. We go 18 or 17 across there. So let's, we're going to make a template to do that. So what I need is to get a Forstner. Let me grab my Forstner bits. Drill bits. This guy here is probably a little bit too tight. Let's see what number that is. I think that's a, trying to read that if I can. I can't read it. Let me measure it. I think this is a 12. Might be a little bit small. Oh, it's 15. Yeah, it's a little bit small. So I'm not going to use that guy. I'll grab the next one up. And even if it's a bit bigger, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that hole is a little bit wider than the bridge. The bridge is sitting in there, so don't worry too much about that. I think this is a 15 or no, that's a 15. This must be a 20 or something. Let's have a look. We need 18 or 17, but if it's 20, then so be it. Oh, it's 19. Okay, that's not too bad. We're going to use this guy. It's basically 3/4 of an inch. That'll give us, yeah, that's pretty good. That's actually very close. That'll give us a really good template. We're going to make a little template to fit over the top of that, and that way we'll be able to route that guy nicely. I'm going to move this guy up a little bit so it saves me from removing that post. I might have to remove that anyway. Let's just do that. So I'll grab the 20, pop that in there, mark that. Like that. Mark the other side as well. Oh, actually, that's wrong. I've gone too far. That's okay. Doesn't matter. We're just marking it. There we go. Mark this guy as well. About there. Okay. Straight edge. Let's join that up. Tangents. Tangents. Tangent. Okay, that's going to be our cutout, our template. Once we cut that out, we're routing that, we're putting that over the top of this guy, and we're using that as a template, and the router will sit on there and we'll route that down about 1/4 inch, maybe a bit less. Ha! Rage, no answer for that. Karen Day, what is going on? You are well? On my end is doing fine, thank you very much. My end is twerking. That's what's going on. Twerking with the best of them. Twerking like a champ. Ha! Okay. So let's do that. Let's go to the bench. Let's drill that, and then let's cut that out with the saw. Give it a nice little file, and then we've got a little template. We'll wrap that out. Okay. I will actually probably drill that first, and then route the rest clean. So I'm going to draw a center line right through the middle of this guy. 9. There's our center line. We're going to drill through there and then route it clean. Okay. Got to watch this wire here. Be very careful with that. But we think we're going to be fine because this is going to protect that. We're going to get the router above that and just work in here. Alrighty. Ha! Rage. Of course you do. Of course you do. Everybody needs to know about the end. The end is nigh. That's what. Buggerlugs. Put some of this crap away before we scratch the hell out of that guitar. So let's just do that, shall we? Let's just do that, do that, do that, do that. You know the do that. Yesterday we refretted this guy. Those frets are really cool. You can see those frets nice and shiny. That fretboard's turned out really well. It's awesome to the max. Awesome to the max. Just get some of that oil off those frets. It does tend to tarnish them a little bit, but we just give it a nice rub with a cloth, and they come up beautifully. Denim is probably the best cloth to use to buff things up or to burnish because it's got that little tough cotton, denim is that nice hatch that it's got, that thatched weave, and it abrasively really polishes nicely. They look good. Okay, I need to get some space up here. So let me move my bench across. Get the polishing stuff and put that away because Terry, we're done with grits today. No more grits. No grits. No regrets. No regrets and no regrets. Put that box away. Alrighty. Let's move this bench across a little bit so you guys can watch. There we go. Bring that camera across and up. There we are. And all I'm going to do is cut that little guy wherever he's gone. What did I do with it? There it is. I'm going to drill that first. Straight down there. And then we're going to cut that out. And then we're going to use it to route that. We're going to drill some holes here. We're going to use that to route that guy as well. Okay. I've literally just got back from soccer. As you can see, I've still got my shorts on. Ha! I got drenched. It was drizzling today, but we played on Astro, so it wasn't too bad. No grits! Absolutely no grits, Terry. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. All we need now is to saw that out, and we've got our template pretty much ready to go. So, without further ado, grab my jigsaw, jiggy jiggy jigsaw, jiggy jiggy jig, jiggy jiggy jigsaw, jiggy jiggy jigsaw. Need to get my batteries. Let me grab that. A box of goodies. Okay, right in there. Give me a sec. All right. Beautiful. Clean as a whistle. Okay, there we have it. Perfecto. Put a little hole there and we're good to go. There's our template. Okay. Let me bring that around. There you go. There it is. There's our template. I'll just give that a little tiny file and just smooth that over. There's just a couple little teeth marks there. That's pretty neat, if I do say so myself. So that's our little template there. We're going to tape that down underneath, get the router, and we're going to drill this first, and then we're going to route down about 5 millimeters or so, and we're going to fit the bridge back in, and then we can string it up, and we're done. I try to fire up my laptop, and all I have is a black screen. No! Death! Is your screen dead? Orby's in the house. G'day, Greg. What's going on? So I've just made myself a little... now, I showed everybody how I removed the studs. What I've done with the studs is, where these studs were in there, I got a screw, a flat-headed screw, and put it head down into the hole, and then basically the tip was sticking up just under the thread. I threaded the rod or the bar, the post, and I kept threading it. It was tapping down onto the screw, and that pressure lifted the stud out, and the screw's now stuck in there head first. It's just bit a little bit, but I'll pull that out once I drill this out. I'll get my tweezers in there and pull that out. So that's how I got these out. That took me about 10 seconds on each side. It's a little trick. Throw a screw down there, flat-headed screw. Make sure, obviously, the screw doesn't get caught up. The head isn't bigger than the threads. It's got to cleanly go through there. Once that stud is flush in there, once that screw is down, the tip is pointing up, put the post back in and just tighten that up all the way until that lifts it all the way out. As you tighten, you'll see this start to lift up. It got to the end there. Grab the little pincers and just pulled it out. That's how we did that. Okay, so I need to drill some holes here. So what I'm going to do is grab my little drill, this guy here. I'm going to use the smaller one. And then I'll neaten everything up with the router. I need to mark how far down I need to go. I'll probably go down to, the depth half of that. About 1/4 inch, if that. So make sure that's centered. It is centered. That's good. Centered. Good enough. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. It doesn't matter how deep you go. That's good. Keep going. Spot on. Okay. We'll clean all that out in a second. We've got to route this guy. These pickups are all covered up. They're all good to go. Wires out of the way. Should be okay there. We've got our template. That fits over like that. We're going to route in there. Clean that up. There. So I'm going to get some tape on the back of this guy. We're going to route that clean. That ain't moving. Okay, let's grab our router, which I happen to have right here. No, it's in here. Let's change this bit we've got here. Put a bearing bit on there. A little bit of whistling as we work. That's perfect. Not too high, not too low. I think it's just right. Okay. I think that's going to be fine. How are we looking there? Oh, yeah. Yep, should be okay. All right, let's plug that in and let's get going. Safety gear. Do I need anything there, Terry? Masks. I think I'll put a mask on. Do I need a mask, Terry? Do I? Terry will tell me. Mask up. Let's put a mask on. Guinness is wondering what the whistling is. Guinness. What a great name for a cat or a dog. Guinness. What a great name. And the other one's called Coors. No, the other one's called Grolsch. Heineken. Huh. Colors. Is he a black and tan? Is he? What kind of dog? Jack? Jack Daniels. There's Jack and there's Daniels. I had two dogs called Johnny. Johnny Red and Johnny Black. Okay, we're good to go. Let's do it. Yoshi. Beautiful. Good names. Good names, Death. Okay, let's do this. Okay, good. Let me just vacuum that up, get this cleaned up, and then we're on the home stretch. Let me quickly vacuum this up, guys, and then we'll keep things tidy. That template worked a treat. Okay, what I need to do now is pull out the screws that are in there. Firstly, let me just check the width of this. That fits really, really well. That bridge fits in there, so we can lower that and raise that as far as we need to. That will go up and down in there now. Just that to suit the action that we want. That's the effect that we needed. Looks like it's going to work out beautifully. So let's pull those screws out firstly that I've got stuck in there. Where are those tweezers? I need those long necks. Here we go. We'll use these guys here. That should get that out. Go. That's the screw I used. Another little screw in this side. That one's stuck really well. It's sort of dug in a little bit. We'll get it out. A bit shorter too, so it's harder to catch, harder to grab. the other one. Okay, I'll just take a depth check on that. That's plenty for the post. We don't need to drill those holes further. All we need to do now is drop those posts back in there. I'm going to wax them. I'm going to tap them in, and we should be good to go. I'm pretty sure. Let's do that. Bit of wax, bit of beeswax. Mind your own beeswax. Got a little bit of beeswax there. These studs. Just give them a little bit around the thread, just to let it slide down in there. I almost pushed it in with my bare hands. Just tap that down with a piece of wood and a mallet. Excuse me. Ugh. Dry throat. Piece of towel. Perfect. It goes down below the surface, which is what we want. I'm just going to check the fit on this side. That's the way it goes. Oh, perfect. That's lovely. That's actually dropping down into that zone, so it's a bit lower. Good. What we want. Get the other one in there. A little bit of wax. Beeswax. Grease up those little threads, and we should be able to push that down squarely like that, and then tap it in. There we go. Nice, like I bought one. Terry, are you happy so far, Terry? It's going well, Terry. That one there. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. We'll adjust the height in a moment. We're going to put this bridge on there and see what it sits like. Let's get that lined up and get that squared up, dropped in. There we go. Nice, that's lower. That is a little bit lower. That's where we want it. That's going to, oh, that's perfect. Okay. We're going to get a really nice low action on this guy. Really nice low action. How does that look, guys and girls? What do you think? Give me your thoughts on that. Of course, we can raise that and lower it as we need to, just by turning that key, and that gets it up higher. It's sitting in there now, which is nice. And I've got it the wrong way. Have I? Yes, I do. I've got it on backwards. Let me remove that. That's the way it goes. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. Have I got this? Oh, no, it is that way. What have I done here? I've got to re-intonate it. Okay, that's cool. We can set it again. Okay, that's fine. That's sitting there. What do you think of that, guys? Very happy so far. What does that mean, Terry? Very happy so far. Are you doubting that this is going to work? Are you doubting that this is going to work? Huh. Leslie, what's happening? I have no doubts. Terry, you are wonderful. Of course you have no doubts. You're the most positive person in the universe. That's in there. Let's get everything else back in. I need to clean that guy up before I got some wax on there. That's all good. That's gone. Let's put this guy back on. Change the camera. I know. I was just getting the right screwdriver. We're going to put this guy back in. So, tighten that grub screw. Nice. We've got our volume there. We've got our tone there. We're good to go. Okay, that's not going anywhere. That bridge is in. Get the stop in there. Pop these guys back on. Get these pickups in and string it up and check the action. Check the action, satisfaction. It wasn't too bad. This has turned out okay, I think. The way we did that, I think we managed to pull it off, so to speak, guys and girls. That's really neat, though. That turned out really neat. I'm happy with that. Get that stop in there. Okay. Goes in there. We got a problem, I think. I can lower that. That's fine. Pulls that in. All right. That's fine. That goes off there. This has got to come up. It's a little bit low. Do I need to lower this as well? That's an interesting question. No, I think we're going to be okay. I'm going to test that in a minute and see how we are. Okay, let's put these pickups back in for a second. got to lower this pickup way down. Let's mount these first. Go. Nice, nice, nice. Missed the routing. Never mind, Tom. It worked really well. I'll show you what we did, Tom. I made a little template. Where the hell is that? Somewhere. A little wooden template. It did a good job, by the way. It's around somewhere. I'll show you. And we basically fit that little template over the top. We routed this guy out. I got the studs out easily by throwing a screw head down into the hole and putting the post back in, screwing that down against the screw, and it lifted the stud out. Took about 10 seconds on each side. So that was easy. Good little trick. We will get to mount this guy and see if we can string it up and see what it sounds like. Set the action properly though. Screws! Get those screws in. We have to check the nut as well in case the new frets. The level should be roughly the same, but we're just going to check that as well in a minute. Ah, it's taken my Mr. Glynn's sticker off. I need to put it back on. There we go. Give them a clean in a minute. Speed that guy down in there. Nice. Alrighty, let's get those screws in there. Listen to those birds. Terry, can you hear those birds? It's called a butcher bird. I think they learnt that call, which sounds like a cavalry charge, a couple of 100 years ago in some battle, some war, some colonial trumpeter on a horse, and it's birds do that. They tend to, and they say some of the sounds that birds make are in their DNA. They've learnt that over evolutionary times, and what we're hearing are sounds that were around back when we weren't around. So a lot of birds make sounds and rhythms that could have been other animals, other types of tools or machinery that tribes used or people used. They mimic a lot of sound, and that's what we hear a lot of centuries old mimicking. It's interesting stuff. There's a guy who does pranks around Sydney, mostly sitting above benches and such as that. Oh yeah, he's cool. I've seen that guy. There's also a guy that, yeah, he dresses up like he looks like a statue. He's painted in grey and he looks like a marble statue and or a slate, stone statue. And every time you walk up to him, he moves and he scares the crap out of people. He's very good. He's very good. He can stand still for a very long time. Guys, that's there. Let me just quickly clean the fingerprints off this guy. Okay. Let me just check the height of this. This has got to come up a little bit more. It's not as... These have to come way down. Almost flat. Almost. Not quite. We'll adjust that when we get the strings on there. I've just wiped the fingerprints off and I've just put more on. Isn't that great? That's down. Nice and low. This one just has to drop a little bit as well. Let's start there and see how we go. We're going to get some strings on it now, guys and girls. Let's do that. Firstly, have a break, have a drink. Cheers, big ears. How are we doing? Mr. Glenn's integrities. Yes, that's what they are. Integrities based on the 57s to 59 PAFs. New Zealand. Yeah. Good old Glenn Evans. He's awesome, Mr. Glenn's. He's my main guy at this stage. I will probably get some mini buckers from Orby at some stage because they sound magnificent. Greg, so keep that in your pipeline, Gregory. Cheers, big ears. Addresses construction workers, stages and performance. Oh, yeah. Are they the mini buckers, Greg? Which ones are the ones that people really, really like? Was it the mini buckers? Yeah, Greg Wine's pickups, absolutely. Okay, there she is. Let's have a look. You can see that bridge is a lot lower. That bridge is a lot lower. Okay, so we're going to feed. And we're going to get that bridge right about. It's almost right. You can see that there. It's sitting nicely. You can just see it's just a touch lower than it was. It looks like it's at the top, but it actually is about an eighth below the surface. An eighth to a 16th. It only needed that much, but it's good to have that play. It's good to have that capability to play with the height. So you can change the action a lot simpler without having to reconsider the bridge. So it's taken care of, as they say. Let's move this guy across. I'll move this bench out of the way. I'll get a cloth in here to protect that from the wall. Let's get this bench moved. Yeah, across you go. We'll grab our winder. We'll grab some strings. Let's string her up and see if we can set her up. Who's in the house? Who's that person there? Where are my glasses? I can't read without them. I'm terrible without them. And now I can't see Jack. What did I do with them, Terry? Glasses. Have a look. What did I do with them? Here they are. Great. Who we got? Sheepdog's in the house. How you doing, Sheepdog? Good to see you again. I need a box for my glasses. Terry, I have an apron pocket for them, but it helps if I wear the apron with the pocket naturally. Okay. String her up, he said. Let's go. We're going to use 10s. 1046. Let's put some 10s on this girl and see how we do. See how we do. This through, back. That's good. There's just enough of a angle, break angle there. Let's see how low that is. That's actually touching. So we got to come up. Okay, that's good. That's very good. That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted, guys. I've got to get the nut on there. That's what I forgot. Where is the nut? Here it is. We've got to check this nut. Let's put that in, like so. Let's check it quickly with the pencil and just make sure we don't need to adjust that because of these new frets. I don't think so. I think we're good. Oh, it's spot on. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, no, that's good. That's good. It's all good. We should be right to go. I'm going to clean this up and glue that in. Let me just quickly clean that up with a bit of paper. A bit of 400. Just rubbing all the old glue off it. Okay, that's good. And I'll just grab a file and just clean out a little bit of the glue off there. There we go. That'll stick nicely now. Put that file away. Where's our glue? Terry? Glue. All right, that's in. Let's check this action and see what we can get it to do. Ooh, that's freaking gonna be awesome, man. I wish Orby was here. He'd play this and he'd go, wow, I really like the action on this. Ha! The neck's not baseball enough though for him. It's actually a nice thin neck. Oh, that's sweet as. Okay, let's pull that back. Let's wind this guy. It's good. Bit low. We're going to raise it. But that's expected. Wow. Now we're cooking. That is really low. Awesome. Okay. Bit of a problem there. I'm going to fix that. Just raise that a little bit more. Let's lower it. That's pretty low. That's good. Okay. Let's get some more strings on it. We'll balance it out. We'll check it all out. We'll get this under tension, and we'll get it rocking and rolling. Pick these up again. Okay, let's get some big strings on there. Let's get a big guy on there. 46. Get a big fat E, bass E. Little fret problem there. That's popped up a little bit. I've got to fix that. Okay, that's fine. They're lined up nicely, so that's cool. Everything's lined up beautifully. Let's put the rest of the strings on first and just see what we need to do. We're going to go with a 13, a B string, cool. Okay, we're good there with the B. Ha ha! Tom, these are the new bar chords. These are not the bar chords you're looking for. Very funny. Let's go with everyone's favorite, the G string. Where are my eyes at? Here we go, found it. All right, a couple more to go. What do we got? We need a D string. D, 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 D. D, 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 D. D string. Come on, baby. All right. Ha! Very funny, Death. Very funny. Last string. Good old A. Everyone likes to play blues in A. Just ask me. Ha! A is a great note. A is a great chord. A is a great scale. A is rockin'. A is rockin' with the free world. I like A. I like G. I like A. I like E. D's okay. B I hate. Don't ask me why. I just do. We're almost there, guys and girls. Almost there. What an improvement. Massive improvement. Okay. But doink. Okay, that's better. I'll get my tuner, we'll tune these up, and we'll have a play. Okay. Action's going to come down a little bit more once I get this, let that stretch. I think we're good at the nut. Might just need to come. You know what? It doesn't need much at all. It probably can come down 1 thou or so. I'll just drop that a little bit. I'm going to get the measuring doobie onto it. See if we can do it properly. I'll just go half a turn. Yeah, that's good. Feels good. Okay, I'm going to check that in a little while. Let me go get my tuner. We'll tune that up and have a listen. Move this out of the way. Back in a sec, guys and girls. Okay, before I tune it, I'm just going to check a couple of things. I'm going to grab my little height chart, this little guy here, where I've got all the heights. I'm just going to measure the string height in 64ths and see what we're looking at. That's really close. That's pretty good there. That's all right. That's good. Well, that's perfect. It follows the gradient of the line on here. Okay. That's pretty good. That's very good. That's low. That's low enough. It's probably only about 3/64ths or so. I'm going to tune this now and see if we can get anything out of it. And then I'll obviously let it sit for a day or so, and then I'm going to adjust any fret work or any leveling or check the action completely before we hang it up. Let's have a little look at what we've got here with the tuner. Can you guys hear that? It's unplugged. We're just playing it acoustically. I'm just stretching the strings. Good pick, Manny. Just warming them up. Let's tune again. Not too bad. It's just a little bit off. Not bad at all. Yes. Resonant as all heck. Let's plug it in. What do you say, guys and girls? Let's plug it in and have a listen to those Freebird. If I hear Freebird one more time, I'm going to lose my, you know what? Ha! Freebird. Nothing's free in this world, including birds. So stop it before I get upset. Simple Man. Let's play Simple Man. Nice and clean. We'll play it clean first. Just have a listen to some of the resonance on this guy. It's a beautiful semi-acoustic. I like this this wood for semi-acoustic tones. It's warm, but it's also twangs a little bit. It has got these integrity pickups. This is the neck. Nice and warm. This is both together. It's a bit chimier. Bridge. It's beautiful, Terry. I like it too. and see if it gets anything a bit more Les Pauly Marshall-y. Mind you, it's only a $5 amp, so I'm not going to get much out of it. So let's see. A bit of gain, about a half. It does that Les Pauly thing. These are nice, nice pickups. That's the neck. It's a nice thick neck. The bridge is a bit brighter. Combo's nice. Does a lot of things. It's nice. I like the vibe. They're not too hot. They're a little bit vintage-like. So I think it's good. I think it's good. Now we're going to let that settle in. I'm going to adjust the action. The action's really low. It's nice now. It's a huge improvement. Really, really feels nice. And you know when the strings aren't too tight, they're just that nice slack, slinky zone. They're in the slinky zone, and you know, and I'll just check the tuning. It sounds like it's kept it okay. Oh yeah, the E's gone down a little tiny touch. They will stretch a bit. It's all right. It's good. It'll get better as it settles. Tunematic. Yeah, I've tweaked the Tunematic. The nut's okay. The nut's really good. It's about 3/64 between the fret and the thickest E string. So I've got it. For me, that feels in the zone. It's low enough. I mean, some people want it lower, and that's fine. But for me, it's sort of like not low where it's just barely touching it, because you get a little bit of buzzing the way I fret, because I got heavy. I don't have nice slick hands. I got heavy clunky hands. So I could, but that's the whole thing. You can lower that. Now I've lowered the bridge and it's pretty consistent. What I do is I grab a piece of I grab this chart on this little piece that I've made. You can see that guy there. It's got all the markings on it. See the graduations? And I use those graduations. There's actually a gradient there for this guitar. And I run that gradient from the top of the frets down and see how that string lines up, and it's pretty good. It's consistent. So is there any relief in the neck? I think we straighten the neck. The neck is dead straight. So there's no relief at all. You know what? The nut can probably have a little shave as well. A couple of those strings look just a tad high. So I'll let that settle in and then I'll check it again. But tomorrow I might just make some finer adjustments and then we'll call it quits, I'd say. Anyway, let's turn that guy off. Let's get this guy out of the way. I do like the sound of these Integrities. They're a nice vintage style, rock, bluesy pickup. They're not heavy gain. They don't break up too much, but they break up enough. I threw a blues breaker or a Fender or a Marshall stack. They'll sound amazing. They'll sound as good as as good as your PAFs, I guess. You get that Gibson thing happening. So all you need is a decent rig, and she's done. And I like the way she looks. It's a pretty guitar. It's a seriously pretty guitar. It's probably a bit ballsier than it looks. It doesn't probably looks a little bit more elegant than it does ballsy, but yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, probably going to shave the nut. Yeah, I think there's a couple of strings there that could probably just come down a tad, but I've got to be very careful. And the reason I start at that point is because you want the nut to be the lowest point, especially on a tunematic where you're relying on the angle of the neck. Okay, you got that break angle, and what you want to do is make sure that you're never going to go uphill. Because if you overcompensate down here, you can always adjust this, but you always got to remember this side's got to be pretty much a little bit higher than the nut end so that it does come down with the angle. Now, this is a very minor angle. We're talking 1.5 degrees, not 4, not 2.5, about 1.5 to 2. It's just under 2 degrees, so it's only half the steepness that you would see in a Leslie, So it's not in you, Leslie, in a Les Paul Leslie. But you like that, Texas? Tom, you like that? Good. I'm glad you like it, my friend, because she's not bad. I love the white cedar neck. That's something else. Look at that neck. I'll show you on the other angle on the camera because it is an interesting neck. You can see the grain. It looks like normal red cedar, the grain, but it's just that blonde color. It's beautiful. Let me flick you over. There it is there. Look at that neck. Isn't that amazing? It looks like it's like a multi-piece laminated neck, but it's not. That's just beautiful white cedar. It's got a lovely volute there, nice big fat one. I like the wide smiley on that fat head there. And it's got black binding all round, which is a really nice touch. I do like the black binding on this guy. And of course that poplar is gorgeous. Oh, that's what I've got to do, screw these guys in. So let's do that because I've got to get these guys back in. I'm going to pull that out and just check why it's sitting up like that. A bit of oil in there. Okay, we're good. That's sassafras. That lid there, that cover, is sassafras. It's the same as the front. It's a piece of off the side there. You can see that grain there is very, very similar to that patchy grain, camo style grain there. Let me get a couple little screws and screw that down, and then we're good to go. Aha! What have I got there? Is that one? No, that's not them. I'm just trying to find the right ones. Hang on. I want to find the right ones because I don't want to put crappy different coloured screws in there. Is that them? I think that's them. Give me a sec, guys. I'll find them. Here they are. There they are. Gotcha. Come here, you little guys. Double check these holes, make sure they're lined up right. Sometimes these caps, I had this one out for a while, and that's could have swollen a little bit. That's okay. I'll just retap that. Tap that as well. Just make sure I'm not threading it the wrong way. Yep, that's good. Okay, that's going to work. Get up. Great. Okay. We're good. There we go. Done. Our L6 hollow body, chambered Leslie style L6 chambered. That I'm happy with that bridge. That bridge is awesome. And if you look at that bridge, it barely goes under. It barely goes under the surface. It just needed about an eighth to a 16th of an inch to get that action just perfectly parallel to that neck. So we're good. Oh, here she is. Willie, what is going on? Willie, the sassafras. Whisper when you say it. Whisper when you say it. Sassafras. That girl's done. And I'm done as well, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for me. Let me just quickly tweak and see what's going down with the sickness. Who's down with the sickness? I'll see what's going on. There was a good show last night with Peter Northcote. He played a live gig and he streamed it last night in my time with a guy called David Gock. He used to be a glam metal guitarist back in the late 60s, early 70s, mid 70s in Australia in a band called Hush. And he was awesome. They were playing old Deep Purple and they were playing all sorts of old classic rock. It was great. Thank you, Mav, in the house too. Thank you, buddy, for being here. Guys and girls, I'm going to leave it there. We're going to see who's on just quickly. Astro Canucks on. We'll go to Tom. We'll go to Astro. Do the right thing and share the love, as they say. I'll be back again in a couple of days. Not tomorrow. I'm taking Sunday off. I like to take Sundays off. I'll raid Astro Canuck. There we go. And I'll see you in a couple of days. Be good. Look after yourselves. Look after the ones around you. Take care. Have a great, safe weekend. I'll catch you on Monday. So be good. Until then, I'm going to flick you over to Tom. Hang around and say hi to him. Catch you next week. Bye for now. Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up.